Justine, maybe a little quicker of a turnaround than we're used to in Bellator, just like 8 weeks in between fights for you or something, right? So what was the reason to jump on this opportunity? Was it Hawaii? Was it the, fighting the former champ? What was it about it?
I'm very grateful that I did get this quick turnaround. Getting momentum has been the hardest thing since I jumped to MMA. Obviously, if you guys been following anything on my social media, it's been family issues, it's been just lots of ups and downs, and the hardest thing to do was just get momentum. And I operate really, really well with momentum. So I'm very grateful that I did get this opportunity. And there are things that are almost keeping me from landing it and from being here this week. And just to show how badly I wanted to, for this fight to happen, I prefer actually to go into more detail after the fight, but there are things that are almost keeping me from being here this week, and that's how badly I want to be here. I do very well with momentum, and I feel like the past few fights, I'm losing, yes, and I know how I'm losing. And I've been doing everything I can and to iron things out. I just feel like I'm ironing really in the past few fights. I'm not getting hurt. I'm really just getting humped to death. And I want to really, of course, losses are hard on me, but I know I haven't been losing at my best. And that's what I've been working so hard for, is just to be at my best and to have these performances that I see in my mind and that I feel in my heart. And I'm just doing everything I can to showcase this for a good show, for a good fight.
You mentioned the skid that you're on in terms of wins and losses here. Was there any hesitation, like when they come to you and they say, Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, we want this to be the name, for you to say, okay, well, maybe I should wait a little bit or whatever? Or
in all honesty, I was like, how in the world am I getting this opportunity? I have 3 losses in a row. Like, what is happening here? I call people I'm really close to. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just became a tomato can. And that doesn't sit well with me. I grew up in combat sports, almost like the star of the show. And how things have turned around, I'm like, oh my God, this isn't me. And I'm doing all I can in my training to again, show you guys, to show the audience the kind of performance I really want to give out there. So again, of course, it's, she's number one. She's number one contender. I feel like if this opportunity came to me in such a way, I don't know how, but I know a win against her would catapult me to the position in the rankings that I feel like I deserve to be in. I think I found an amazing training circuit that has really helped me minimize my feelings of not really understanding what's happening in there. So I've reached out, I was as resourceful as possible, and despite the things that were happening in my training camp, I'm just really excited to feel this balanced and to feel this prepared. All I gotta do is put everything together and not be so impulsive or overzealous in there, because I get so excited to perform. I know it's been a mistake to just, kind of crash into things, and I want to be more calculated for sure.
And listening to you talk, have you ever felt coming into a fight that you've had more to prove than you do right now? Like that feeling of maybe kind of having your back up against the wall at all, or?
More to prove to myself. I know it's when you go through 4 knee surgeries, 2 of them being really massive. The other 2, they were just minor. And then you go back into competing. I feel like, man, did I forget how to fight? What's going on in there? And those are hard to deal with. But I communicated with my feelings to the people that I'm not happy with, even with my wins, my past wins and losses. I'm like, they suck. This is boring. Like, what am I doing in there? And I want to be merciless in there. I want to be violent. I want to be exhausted. I want to give my absolute best in there. So, after the last surgery, I feel like there's a certain threshold I couldn't really get past, and just doing what I can to figure out how to how do I say this, to push past that, to know, hey, it's time, there's a window here, and just to get after it and get a finish.
Hi, Justine over here. This isn't the only big flyweight fight in this weekend. Who do you have winning Velasquez versus Carmouche on Friday?
I mean, I've seen Carmouche fight. I actually grew up watching her fight. She's a Marine. She's a warrior. She's not going to make it easy for anyone. I like to say Carmouche just because I've watched her growing up, and she's actually been an idol kind of mine. Like, you know, I've seen her fight, and you know, I saw her when she went against Rousey, and so I would say for those reasons I feel a little biased. So I would be rooting for Carmouche on this one. But I haven't really been, you know, to be in all honesty, I haven't really been paying attention to what either of them have been doing. I just know what Carmouche has been capable of since I was, you know, for many years. And she doesn't hold back, so yeah, I will side with her.
Hey Justine, Jerry Wilson here. How excited are you to fight Ilima and get the chance to give her an L on her home island?
Oh man, really excited, just because the feelings of like, I'm not really sure how my body's gonna respond. I wanna know everything that's happening in there. And I watched my last fights, I'm like, why am I not doing anything? Why am I just sitting there? I'm thinking, I'm like, what's going on here? And there's no activity, there's no damage happening, because I'm, you know, just my, again, lack of momentum, I would say. You know, I kind of forget things that happen, and I just want to compete. I've been an athlete for as long as I can remember. I love competing, and I do well when I know what mistakes were from my last one. I want to go ahead and address it the next weekend. When I was fighting in Thailand, even off of wins, I was like, man, I didn't get this certain things in there, and I was able to address it the next weekend. You know, just certain combinations and things like that, and I do well like that. I do well, and it's really hard to sit on mistakes or to sit on a loss or even a win with so much time, so much gaps in between, even much more with personal things happening. So, but I feel like things have really worked out in a crazy way, but in the perfect way too. And I have amazing coaches. I've really put so much time into really feeling this level of comfort. Like it's amazing. I have to thank them a lot for these feelings right now.
Coming off 3 losses, do you feel any more added pressure to get a W?
I mean, I want to win. I want to win in a fashion that's you know, without a doubt, like, oh, I belong there, because I know I do. I feel more pressures on her because, I mean, she's coming off of a loss in her, I think it was her home here, right, if I'm not mistaken. And she's coming off of a surgery, and I know what those feelings are like. I know what it's like to return off of a knee surgery. There's feelings of self-doubt, uncertainty, just the unknown, and these skills are perishable. Like, you know, just because you know things doesn't mean it's still there. And well, for her sake and her safety, I hope she's been practicing a lot, because it's really hard to maintain those things after being down. Your focus has to be on recovery, and it has to be on stability and making sure you can not just walk, but you can capitalize on maneuvers that are very, very advanced, very athletic, and your focus has to be shifted to make sure you're healthy enough to be in there. So I know these feelings, and it's like, it's scary. It's a lot on her. It's a lot on her plate, and yeah, of course, there's pressure to win, and I want to win, but that's really, I feel like there's pressure just for myself. I feel like I am being brought in here to lose, and I'm doing everything I can to put on a show to surprise, you know, to surprise everyone, really.